Hello, I'm Steve Weber, the host of Essential Book Drop. We're featuring our top 3 new releases that you can see and download at essentialbookdrop.com. Happy Monday, everyone. It's October 27th, 2025. With me, as always, is my co-host and my bookworm sidekick, Cassandra. Good morning, Cass.
Good morning. Ready for another Monday dive into some great books?
Absolutely. And for you listening, here's the plan. We've got 3 fascinating new releases, really rich stuff. We've already done let's say, the deep reading.
Right.
So our mission today isn't just to give you the blurb. We want to cut straight to the core, pull out those, really insightful bits, the context, the aha moments.
Yeah, basically give you the good stuff without you needing to read hundreds and hundreds of pages yourself.
Exactly. Think of it as your shortcut to being clued in.
And these 3 memoirs, they're all about honesty, but in really different ways. You've got confronting mental illness publicly, navigating some intense cultural stuff, and then this huge reflection on, well, decades of acting genius.
We're looking for that vulnerability, the surprising links. Okay, let's unpack this. First up, a massive name in music, really pulling back the curtain this time.
Mm-hmm.
The book is Episodes, The Diary of a Recovering Madman by Gucci Mane, and the category is Memoirs of Coping with Bipolar Disorder.
Okay, so Gucci Mane, he's huge. Not just a hip-hop star, but like a founding father of the Atlanta rap sound, a real trailblazer.
Right, and many people probably remember his story from around, 2016? That first memoir?
Exactly. The Autobiography of Gucci Mane. And that book, it really cemented that comeback narrative.
Yeah, the one everyone saw, gets out of prison, looks totally different, slimmer, healthier, eating right.
Hits the gym, yeah. Drops a platinum album, everybody looking. Even does high fashion campaigns. It was the perfect story.
The perfect public story, maybe.
Yeah.
Physical recovery, professional success. Looked great on the surface.
And that's precisely why Episodes is so important. It flips that script. The big takeaway here is how success can, mask trauma. Because this book reveals that the 2016 transformation, the physical stuff, it was kind of a distraction. Underneath, he was dealing with severe, untreated mental health issues. Bipolar disorder.
Hiding it all. The mental anguish, the pitfalls, the triggers.
Yeah.
Stuff he says nobody talks about.
Exactly. It sounds like a huge act of transparency.
It does. But, is there a danger with celebrity memoirs that they kind of oversimplify something as complex as bipolar disorder?
That's a fair point. But I think what makes this one different, what pushes it towards real advocacy, is the structure he uses and the honesty.
Okay.
So instead of simplifying, he shows the complexity. Each chapter or episode tackles a specific event from his life, stuff people might remember, crimes, controversies.
Right, things that made headlines.
Yeah, but now he gives the mental context, how manic episodes influence decisions, how the drive for money became, destructive.
And he doesn't hold back on the details, I gather?
Not at all. He gets into the story behind that infamous ice cream cone face tattoo. What was going on in his head then?
Wow.
But maybe the most powerful part, and what really shows the commitment here, is including his wife's view.
Okay.
He lets her describe watching him overdose. In her own words, the trauma from her perspective.
That's incredibly vulnerable. Changes it from just his story to the impact on others.
Exactly. It moves beyond self-focus to the collateral damage. That, plus including interviews with medical pros and mental health experts, it makes it a serious resource.
So helpful for people wanting to understand bipolar disorder better or maybe even communicate their own struggles.
I think so. It shows fame, money, success. None of it makes you immune. It's a really raw, necessary look behind the curtain of public success.
Okay. Heavy stuff, but important. Let's shift gears now from music icon to viral pop culture and reality TV.
Right.
Our second book is Told You So by Macy Neely. This one's listed under actor and entertainer biographies, and it shot right onto the New York Times bestseller list.
Yeah, Macy Neely. A lot of people will know her from TikTok, right? From that Mom Talk collective.
The Mormon Influencer Moms group.
Which then led to the Hulu show, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
But like a lot of reality TV, the show probably just skimmed the surface, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Skimmed is the word. The memoir dives into the really deep personal struggles that, the show didn't touch or maybe just hinted at.
Like what, specifically?
Well, the biggest thing is she became a single mother at 20. Her son's father died in just a tragic car accident.
Oh, wow. At 20.
Yeah, and then she's navigating going back to college at BYU, carrying all that grief, plus the pressures of being a young single mom.
And BYU adds another layer, right? The Mormon upbringing, the strict standards. colliding with college life and personal tragedy.
Exactly. That collision is central. She talks about growing up with these very clear expectations and then being thrown into BYU life. She was there on a tennis scholarship and facing things her community considered, major sins.
Temptations, drinking?
Yeah, she mentions drinking too much, getting into an abusive relationship, finding herself pregnant at 19, all while mourning the future she thought she'd lost. It's intense.
Trying to navigate all that within a culture that maybe doesn't easily allow for those kinds of failures, that must have been incredibly isolating.
Hugely isolating. And that's maybe where the book finds its power. The description calls it inspiring and darkly funny.
Darkly funny.
Which suggests, it's not just a recounting of tragedy, that humor points to redemption, right?
Yeah.
Finding strength, finding her own way, even when it went against the grain.
Yeah, focusing on the journey through it, not just being a victim of circumstances.
Exactly. And I think that honesty, that mix of vulnerability and sort of grim humor about picking yourself up, that's why it resonated so widely and hit the bestseller list. It goes way beyond just the reality show audience.
It makes total sense. It's about finding your footing when everything's been shaken up.
Totally. She holds all these things together: faith, family, failure, grief, without easy answers, just finding strength in the mess.
Okay. Powerful stuff again. Now, for our final book, we're shifting to a true giant of the screen. This is We Did Okay, Kid, a memoir by Sir Anthony Hopkins, filed under biographies of actors and actresses.
And this one has been waited on for a long time, hasn't it? He's 87 now. This is the big reflection.
It is. And interestingly, it starts not with a Hollywood glamour, but with a really tough beginning. Port Talbot, Wales. Small steelworks town.
Right.
He describes it as surrounded by alcoholism and brutality, and paints himself as this kid who struggled in school, was told he was a failure, wouldn't amount to anything.
And that background, that sort of working-class Welsh upbringing, seems so key to understanding him, doesn't it? That emotional landscape must have fueled so much of his later work.
Absolutely. He talks about navigating sobriety later in life, too, dealing with some of that inherited difficulty, maybe.
Yeah.
But then there's this amazing, almost cinematic moment he describes. As a boy, told he's a failure. One Saturday night, he watches the 1948 film of Hamlet.
And that's the spark.
That's the spark. That one viewing just ignites something, sets him on this completely different path.
And the memoir apparently includes some fantastic little details about that path, like getting into Rado, the big drama school.
Yeah.
Apparently it was his performance as Iago from Othello that got him in, and then being mentored by Sir Laurence Olivier himself. Imagine.
Wow. Olivier.
And meeting Richard Burton twice, once as a kid starstruck, and then years later as an established actor himself, meeting Burton backstage at Equus. Just amazing historical connections.
It's those kinds of insights you hope for in an actor's memoir, right? Not just the roles, but the journey, the craft.
Exactly.
Wow.
And he apparently gives some of that, too, how he built those iconic characters.
Oh, yeah, like Hannibal Lecter.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
He talks about blending the sort of creepy stillness he saw in Bela Lugosi's Dracula
Okay.
with the really precise, sharp way his own acting teacher delivered lines. That combination created Lecter's unsettling calm and menace.
Fascinating. So, taking bits from observation from his own life.
Totally. And he connects King Lear back, too, saying he channeled the stoicism, the quiet emotional weight of his father and grandfather from that Welsh background.
Using those difficult roots as fuel.
Turning it into art. Which really brings us back to the beginning, doesn't it? The boy told he'd fail.
Right. And that title. We did okay, kid.
It feels like the final word, Like he's looking back across all those decades talking to that struggling kid in Port Talbot.
Yeah.
And saying, see, we managed it. We did all right. It's the ultimate vindication, proving them wrong, but maybe more importantly, proving something to himself.
A powerful place to end a life story. That quiet self-validation.
Mm-hmm. The only one that really counts, maybe.
Well, thanks for joining us today. And if you want to take a look at any of these books, visit us at essentialbookdrop.com, and you'll have all the links right there. Cass, we'll do it again tomorrow.
Sounds good. Farewell.
Until then, keep on opening new worlds with great new books.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, remember this. When you read,
Your mind becomes its own kingdom.